Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between RapiNG and versus Pollock. And yeah, RapiNG gonna be spawning as the green orc player over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Pollock is gonna be spawning here as the red human. This particular replay was given to me by the owner of RoCArena, one of the more popular replays, and he said, you know what, you will not be disappointed. A number of replays that are often sent to me are fan replays, and although they are great, although they're good, they're not great, and they're not nearly at the caliber of some of the professional replays that are out there. So sometimes I find it difficult, and I have to be a little bit weary whenever I try and cast a replay from fans. But hopefully this is highly recommended as things are getting underway. Over here top left, you can see an Archmage is going to be trained, and he will be going up against, I want to see Blade Master, but it could be a Farseer. Yeah, RapiNG gonna be choosing a Farseer instead, and the Farseer with those feral spirits are going to cause a little bit of harassment and perhaps be able to do a bit of damage as well. There are no arcane towers. This is RoC, Reign of Chaos, and because of that, well, arcane towers are very strong at stopping any sort of hero harassment with the ability to deal damage to those summons while removing mana from the primary hero. And that's one of the reasons why they were added and why they are so common in the human lineup. Now, meanwhile, let's take a look at what's going to be opening on off over here. Archmage going to make his way off to the north here, drop throw a fireball, pull back, waiting for that water elemental. The forest troll trappers, however, each need to throw their net before, well, that water elemental is brought into play. Normally, the militia are brought into a position where the forest troll trappers can still get attacks off. That is rather difficult to do, but it does end up buying you a handful of seconds. Meanwhile, RapiNG is going to be opening off with the Farseer here, and if I'm mispronouncing your name, well, that is actually very deliberate, and if you guys want my opinions on that, I will go ahead and give that to you a little bit later. Anyways, Ogre Warrior now being forced to back off over here. There is one Feral Spirit Wolf just dancing around on the other end of the map as the Archmage is now trying to do a bit of harassment himself. Now the Water Elemental and Archmage is only sitting at level 1. They do not have Brilliance Aura, and they could try and go after this Ogre Warrior. Meanwhile, let's take a look. That Feral Spirit Wolf was, I believe, cancelled, and it was resummoned, as we're going to be looking at Troll Headhunters being added in for the Orc team. Farseer and those Spirit Wolves still wandering around currently, as we should be looking at text to tier 2 already. Both of them, one of them halfway there, the other one just getting started, as you now see damage starting to pile up on that Farseer. Footmen do not have defend yet. They are going to be forced to back off. Another thing, defend does not reflect attacks in Reign of Chaos. As we can see, are we going to take it down? Yes, we are, and now level 2 on that Archmage is going to allow for much more mana, and that is going to help significantly. Now, hurrying up, heading over to the Goblin Merchant Shop. This is not a marketplace, this is a merchant shop, to pick up a Wand of Negation. That Wand of Negation will allow him to just dispel those Spirit Wolves at the right time. However, that Feral Spirit Wolf will get taken down. Archmage not catching up to this Farseer just quite yet. Footman gonna try and hide amongst a sea of other units. Is he gonna attack the Murlocs? No, it doesn't, and in doing so, still gives experience to the Farseer, who's on the board with 40 experience. Back off here, you can see those Troll Headhunters are starting to get added in off over here. They're now trying to retreat back a bit. There are peasants in the back, or peons in the back here, just gathering lumber away once more, as the action is just all over the place. Players are not staying in one localized position, as you see a quick Wand of Negation to try and get rid of those Spirit Wolves. Once more though, however, a mass number of Troll Headhunters, and at some point you got to assume the human player is going to be researching defend. No defend as of yet, as the Water Elemental trying to go down and pick off units. Very hard to heal units back up at home, as you see the Water Elemental getting picked off here. No saving those footmen by running them all the way back home and then having one scroll of regeneration to get them all back into play. No, Arcane Sanctum with a Mountain King now being added. as the Archmage now heading over here to the top right. All right, it looks like RapiNG is going to have a large number of headhunters, and still, if the human player of Pollock does not get defend, then I am not sure how he is going to even consider trying to combat this particular army. Yes, he does have a slight hero advantage. There is another negation there, but another footman going to get taken out as you see a Stormbolt quickly go down. Finally, a headhunter does get felled. Mountain King, perhaps the great equalizer, very, very strong Reign of Chaos hero as the Archmage now makes its rounds. Also, we do see double gloves of haste. That Archmage will be attacking rather quickly as the headhunters do not want to engage against that Mountain King. Mountain King, however, well, ran straight inside this one lumber line there and finished off one troll headhunter. Mountain King now rejoining up here. Are we going to see another wand of negation? That is going to be the quick question, as the Mountain King just constantly throwing those Stormbolts and doing a great job. It would almost be considerable for the Archmage to perhaps get level 2 Brilliance Aura just for more mana on the Mountain King instead, as we now see the Tauren Chieftain joining in on the fight with the Shockwave. This is a big war push as the Tauren Chieftain quickly shifting things in favor of the Orc army as they are continuing to push. Now, Mountain King does have enough for a Stormbolt, and you can see those headhunters are just shaking in their... Well, they can't be shaking in their boots because they don't wear shoes, as we now see another Stormbolt go down. All right, one question I always wanted to ask Chris Metzen is how many toes does a troll have? And, well, he never, ever told me. All right, Archmage going to be coming back across over here. Mountain King pulling back there. Some trolls have 3, some trolls have 4. Not quite sure. I'm not going to zoom in to take a look at that. And even if I give you an answer, I don't know if it's canon, because perhaps troll headhunters just cut off a toe. Anyways, let's go ahead and come back into the action here. Tauren Chieftain still has not dealt a killing blow to anything. As you can see, the footmen are now in position here. All right, there's a bit of healing going on as we now see Slow being brought to the table. Mountain King gonna come online perhaps with the Stormbolt. There is a Stormbolt, and the Mountain King trying to get away down to 41 hit points. Slow being cast. The Priest are trying to heal back once more. Archmage now in a bit of trouble, down to 3 hit points and healed back up. That Farseer not getting the killing blow there at all, as the Tauren Chieftain finally gets a bit of experience. Wow, we are 7 minutes into this game with no real experience on any of the secondary heroes. The Mountain Kings did switch things up, and now we need to see those priests try to heal back up once more. Archmage going to be coming back across off over here, engages accidentally against those creeps, and now it is going to be a 2-on-1 fight as a sorceress ends up taking a bit more, well, taking a net. Let's take a look back across over here. Attacks now coming across. Casters, no riflemen. There is just going to be a lot of priests here. The priests need to heal back up that Mountain King. That Mountain King is still a little bit low, but this is where the human player is going to excel. It is difficult for Orc players to try and heal. I don't expect Witch Doctors anytime soon, and without those Witch Doctors, there really isn't any easy way for Orc players to get a lot of value out of their particular heroes, or out of their particular units. Priests are going to be doing a lot of healing, and the longer the game goes and the more damage those priests can mitigate, the more chances that the human player is going to win this war of attrition. Mountain King down to, or sitting only at 135 mana. Archmage purposely getting all the experience, I believe. This Mountain King may get some of the Ogre Magi. No, he's going to finally come back in. Archmage is going to be close enough. And now we see level 2 on that Archmage. Is he going to go for level 2 Water Elementals or level 2 Brilliance Aura? I can say that both of them are going to be useful, as the Mountain King also picks up a Potion of Mana. Paladin rounding out the human trifecta. 3 human heroes ready to start this next push now. Army sizes are going to be rather small, 43 over 50 compared to 36 over 42. Pollock purposely staying in low upkeep, and he's going to start to build up a bit of a bank here as the Mountain King, Mountain King now going to be getting into that forward position. All right, Mountain King, I don't remember, can you Stormbolt buildings in Reign of Chaos? I do believe you can, as we see one burrow getting taken down. All right, attacks are coming across. Holy Light could be coming down as well. Stormbolt straight up onto a unit there. Thunderclap as well, as the Mountain King quickly out of mana. Thunderbolt Clap really just dividing this entire army as the peons are now trying to come in with a big surround. There goes another Thunderclap. There goes a Stormbolt, and the Mountain King really being the MVP of this army. Archmage, the hidden commander, so to speak, adding extra mana to this entire army of Paladin, Archmage, and Mountain King with all of those other casters as well. Alright, so far we're seeing more and more fights. Mountain King probably out of mana now, gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Paladin needs to use a Scroll of Town Portal if he wants to escape, down to 36 hit points, and he gets taken out. Alright, level 1 Paladin has been felled as we're looking at the Mountain King looking to finish off more of these units here. So far, a lot of damage to be had. Priest are in the backfield again. Mountain King getting ensnared. And where is the escape? The Mountain King should not be taking all this damage. We should not be looking at a fight here. There is no reason to be engaging at all. As you can see, another Priest now getting taken out. The longer this fight goes, the worse it is going to be for the human player. His reinforcements are just too far away. As you see, at least one Raider did get taken out there. All right, Mountain King still fighting every which way. He is getting healed back up. A nice dispel or disenchant there to remove those spirit wolves. And now the peons. Oh, Archmage. Is he going to fight? Come on, you got to use the Scroll of Town Portal now. There's no reason not to. There you... Oh, no. Okay, I'll just use a Potion Invulnerability instead. Alright, I don't know if he plans on breaking this one particular unit as the Mountain King comes back in with a Stormbolt and surround on the Archmage. Archmage is still taking a lot of damage. Mountain King gonna use a Potion of Healing, still survives, still gonna continue to fight, uses a Scroll of Healing as well. Mountain King could perhaps grab a Scroll of Town Portal from the Archmage, and that Mountain King is just sticking around these fights, and there might be a little bit too much focus onto the heroes right now. The Archmage was surrounded and miraculously survived after all of that healing. All right, level 2 Brilliance Aura now in play. Peons or peasants are now trying to get into the way as the Mountain King wants to get to level 3. Level 3 on the Mountain King, level 2 Stormbolt, most likely going to be coming in. Tauren Chieftain could get taken down right there, or perhaps a Raider. What is that Mountain King doing? Oh, out of mana already. I thought it had 75 points of mana. I might have been clicking on the wrong unit. As the Mountain King now going after these units again. All right, going after that last Troll Headhunter. Stormbolt onto a Troll Headhunter there. Headhunter going to get taken down. There it goes. Mountain King, I believe, has cast at least 8 to 10 Stormbolts throughout this matchup. Throw in another Thunderclap as well as a 3 or 4-3-1 hero combination, and this is just your classic Reign of Chaos tri-heroes being able to absolutely destroy everything. Even though the Paladin was taken out, he still did his necessary healing a couple of times. He could have used a Scroll of Town Portal and perhaps regroup and pushed back in, but no, Palak was not going to have any of that, as I believe this will be the GG. Guard towers now being constructed, and with those guard towers and that constant damage and constant threat, I believe Palak will end up taking this game right here. Good game, well played, very, very well played here. 4-3-1, being able to use that Mountain King very effectively, and I guess using the Potion of Invulnerability, trading that for a Troll Headhunter, allowing the Mountain King to get into position, take down some more units, and also use a Potion of Healing and a Scroll of Healing as well to help that Archmage stay alive was just enough. Pollock wanting to not turn this into a war of attrition, sticking it out with true grit and taking the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this game.